What's up, people? How y'all doing today? So, I'm here to continue my chapter. Since everybody think that certain people ain't been through stuff, I'm gonna let people know what I've been through. So, I'm gonna give people my experience on getting jumped in the game. So, it's really a waste of time. So, I went to high school in Columbia, South Carolina. I didn't go to high school in New York. That's where I'm from. I'm from Brooklyn, actually. But I'm gonna say this. Um, I went to Columbia High School. It was a huge high school. I used to call it gangland because it was mostly gangs in there, mostly folks, bloods, and you had a few Crips in there. But folks and bloods were the most dominant gang in my high school. So at the time, my homie, my best friend was popular, but the gang him and his squad was like the athletes. So all the athletes was popular, and they get it in if it was problems, especially after school. But I was about to say, yeah. Anyways, my homie, his name was Ronaldo, and what they was claiming, they was riding the five. They was under blood knowledge. They were like bloods, but they weren't actually bloods. Everybody else is folk or Crip. So like one of the gunmen or the gangs was in my class. He looked like Biggie Smalls a little bit with the fronts in his mouth. He always was clean, fresh, fly. Anyways, long story short, he used to see that people like me. Like I was becoming popular because of my friend. So he's like, yo, all the chicks like you and all that. Plus, I had a cousin that stayed down there. I think he knew him. I described him out to him, but he was like, yo, you might as well come home. I'm like, come home? What you mean by that? He's like, yo, you might as well come home. Like, so I'm like, all right. Next thing you know, he told me to think about it. I was already on edge. I didn't care about living no more. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to die. I was going through stuff. It was a hard time for me eating. My sister was always at work, and I felt alone. I ain't had nobody really school me like that. My sister's boyfriend was an asshole. He wasn't a bad person, but he was an asshole. At the end of the day, I had made my decision. Oh yeah, another one of my homies, he's like my best friend. He lived in a complex. They beat his ass bad. He came to school looking like Martin. When Tommy Hearns knocked him out, beat him up. My son's face was messed up, and he more lighter than me. So his face was messed up. That's another reason why I joined the game. Yeah, I mean, one of my brothers got beat up. I wanted to get beat up too. I ain't care about living. I was miserable, down and out. So next thing you know, I made my decision. He told me what happened. But he got jumped in. It took him 2 weeks to tell me. I was harassing him for like 2 weeks, then he told me. So then I'm like, all right, I don't care about living. I'm about to get jumped in. I figured I would die getting jumped in again. Like, seriously, I thought I would die getting jumped in again. Next thing you know, the time came to it. Of course, I had butterflies. I was real nervous. You know what I'm saying? I had to get jumped by 6 people. And I had to fight somebody afterwards. I'm gonna get into that, or why I had to fight somebody. But I had to fight 6 people. I got it in. My face was a little messed up, but not like my homie shit was. Yeah, I had to get jumped by 6 people. And then somebody violated me after the time, the short dude. So I went to go beat him up. And they was like, the set king, or whatever you want to call him, the big homie. He was like, nah, son, he was like, yeah, we don't do that. He said, y'all gonna fight. But I'm gonna let y'all know, when I got jumped in, dude actually had a watch and was timing it 6 minutes. 6, 5, 6, I don't even remember. But I know it was a long time. He had the watch timing it, and I had to go. Next thing you know, me and son had a fight. I think they let us fight for like I don't remember. It's like a couple minutes. So I had to fight him. I ain't gonna front. The little dude got the best of me. He was a little rougher than me. I mean, Columbia, South Carolina, them South boys get it in. No matter how big they is. They way more rougher than dudes from up here. I'm gonna just say that. Next thing you know, he got the best of me. We dapped up. That was that. I am still a grown man, independently struggling like everybody else. Not perfect, not a superstar. But I know my time is coming. But what I'm trying to say is, it's like a waste of time of joining gangs and stuff like that. Waste of time. So, all y'all youngers that think you tough, you want to join a gang, it's just really not worth it. Because, I mean, they're going to be on you on things you have to do. But then after a while, it's going to be like you ain't nobody. It's going to be like you in jail. Like, people remember you. Next thing you know, you go to jail. It's like everything normal. Like, it's like you ain't even in the set, like, existence. Not saying that dudes ain't fuck with me. They people liked me. You know what I'm saying? I was from New York. I probably was like the only nigga, the only person, excuse my language, the only person from New York probably in a set. And they like me because they could come to my house and all that. Eat up my food. My sister food, my bad. But they had respect for me. So they wasn't eating up all the food. But you know, it's really not worth the time. It didn't get me nowhere in life. The only thing it could have made me was a boss. You know what I'm saying? I was a violent person in high school. And I used to play with, you know, with guns in high school. But going through those things led me to deal with way worse people, to bring worse people in my life. All you youngins that's banging, all you doing is letting the devil in your life. I'm putting you on game. Why I think on the movie Tales from the Hood, they got a skeleton with a bandana on it. Because they already know that with gangbanging is going to lead you to hell. If you move, if you ain't moving right, even if you is, it still could happen. So that was my experience of, you know, that was one experience of getting jumped. I got jumped again, but I'm gonna say this for my next video. This time I got jumped in my neighborhood, but it wasn't involved with gangbang. When I was in high school, it was back in like 2005, long time ago, and I wasn't even living in New York. But yeah, that was my first experience of getting jumped in. Just let everybody know y'all not the only person going through stuff. There's people that have been through stuff too. But to the next chapter, y'all stay tuned. Be safe out here. Peace.